From stadium anthems to hidden backstage chaos, the new Eras Tour docuseries on Disney Plus is not what fans or critics expected. We're diving into the secret stories, strategic moves, and the one twist that could redefine music documentaries forever. If you could follow any artist for a year unedited, unscripted, who would it be, and why? Drop it below. Bonus points if they've never done a docuseries before. Why the Eras Tour wasn't just a concert, it was a strategic masterclass. What if a concert was also a calculated economic machine? That's exactly what Taylor Swift's Eras Tour turned into. Every element, from surprise setlist swaps to hyper-local merch drops, was timed to maximize engagement and fuel FOMO. In Miami, a single song switch triggered a 300% spike in resale ticket value overnight. Even her choreographed walks across stage trended on TikTok with algorithm-friendly precision. It wasn't just a tour, it was a masterclass in behavioral economics, supply chain control, and digital virality. Swift turned fan psychology into fiscal momentum. This wasn't performance, it was a playbook. Disney Plus outbid Netflix, Amazon, and Apple. Here's why: Disney dropped a reported $75 million for exclusive streaming rights, and that wasn't a shot in the dark. Behind the scenes, insiders say Netflix balked at Swift's editorial control demands, while Apple wanted a bundled rollout. Disney said yes to both. Why? Timing. They saw what others missed. This docuseries isn't just content, it's event television. By landing it, Disney positioned itself not only as a streamer but as a cultural moment curator. The Eras Tour became a strategic acquisition, not just a licensing deal. It's less about subscribers, more about headlines. A scene that's raising eyebrows and legal questions. Imagine this. Swift's team huddled backstage in an unscheduled meeting, voices low but firm. The docuseries reportedly captured a real-life dispute involving venue safety, insurance clauses, and a surprise inspection. Nothing scripted, all raw. One segment allegedly shows a venue manager getting challenged on camera, a moment legal analysts say may tread into uncharted territory if aired without redactions. The scene could test boundaries of artist privacy, location rights, and unscripted liability. What happens when behind the scenes becomes admissible evidence? It's not just drama, it's precedent-setting. The docuseries isn't chronological, and that's no accident. A producer working on the project described the edit process as shuffling a deck of emotions. The first episode opens in Tokyo, not Glendale where the tour began. Why? Because emotional arcs matter more than GPS pins. The nonlinear format wasn't a glitch, it was a choice. Rather than follow city to city, the narrative follows themes: ambition, exhaustion, resurgence. It mimics the way memory works: scattered, fragmented, but emotionally exact. Chronology is sacrificed for clarity of feeling. This isn't just documentary editing, it's emotional cartography. Taylor's been embedding codes in her work since the MySpace era, but now she's got high-def footage and studio-level Easter eggs. In one crowd shot, she's wearing friendship bracelets spelling karma in reverse Morse code. Another moment, stage visuals flash the exact shade of red used in a deleted Tumblr post from 2014. To the casual viewer, it's glitter, but to fans, it's an interactive puzzle. Every second of screen time doubles as a cipher. Taylor isn't just telling a story, she's building a mythology, frame by frame. The crew was sworn to secrecy, and still, stuff leaked. Everyone signed NDAs. Still, lighting schematics, setlist rumors, and rehearsal whispers leaked. Not through publicists or producers, but from stylists, catering crews, even third-party riggers. One particularly cryptic text thread leaked and sparked weeks of Reddit speculation. Disney later hinted that most of those leaks weren't even in the final cut, but that may have been intentional. Leak culture builds momentum in ways press releases can't. Controlled chaos isn't a failure, it's a feature. Information can be a marketing weapon. One cameraman got fired. What he leaked explains why. A veteran crew member was quietly removed after posting what seemed like an innocuous behind-the-scenes photo, blurred and dimly lit. But eagle-eyed fans enhanced it and spotted something wild. An unreleased duet rehearsal with an unannounced guest. Some insiders say it's someone she hasn't been seen with since 2016. A production exec reportedly told Variety, "We warned everyone, no phones, not even burner accounts." The leak reignited conversation around digital security and exclusivity. Privacy is a production asset. Silence isn't optional, it's enforced. Why Taylor is producing. Not just starring. Taylor isn't just in front of the camera, she's calling editorial shots from the post-production bay. Sources confirm she reviewed and re-edited scenes, even choosing transitional overlays and background audio cues. It's rare air. Most artists give notes, not frame-by-frame direction. But Swift's been building to this, first with her re-recordings, now with this. Her ownership arc now includes image, sound, structure, and tone. She's architecting perception in real time. It's not a film about Taylor Swift. It's Taylor Swift, the filmmaker. Critics say it's too polished, but they're missing the point. Some early reviews have labeled the docuseries overproduced, even clinical. But those critiques overlook the deeper subtext. The polish is part of the narrative. It reflects the very myth-making the series is dissecting. Flawless transitions, cinematic slow-mo, perfectly timed emotional beats, these aren't accidents. They're commentary on perfection itself. When everything glows, the cracks feel louder. One NYT critic said, "It's less verite, more Versailles." And maybe that's the point. Precision can be its own kind of confession. Unseen angles, how the tour crew mapped 3 cities at once. Picture this. 3 separate camera teams in 3 different countries, all filming mock stage builds simultaneously. Drone flyovers, 3D venue scans, pre-rigging lighting designs synced with choreography weeks in advance. While the main crew filmed in LA, the next leg was already being modeled in Europe using VR simulations. It wasn't just a tour, it was a traveling film set. One producer called it previsualization at Coachella scale. Every angle, every lens, every light cue was mapped months before fans walked through the gates. This was production engineering, not just entertainment. Deleted scenes, future projects. One editor thinks so. Not everything made it to Disney+. One senior editor teased that multiple alternate cuts exist, including deep dives into rehearsal footage, unused acoustic sessions, and at least one monologue filmed in Swift's dressing room that was cut last minute. Insiders suggest some of this footage is being reserved intentionally for future rollouts. Think bonus episodes, director's cuts, maybe even separate doc spin-offs. In today's content economy, nothing is truly deleted. It's just delayed. Archival footage isn't waste, it's leverage. Beyoncé, Billie, and BTS. How this compares to other tour docs. Beyoncé's Homecoming was a vision. Billie's The World's a Little Blurry was a confession. BTS, Break the Silence, gave raw emotion. But Swift's docuseries, it's an ecosystem map. It focuses less on singular moments and more on system design, how fandoms, platforms, and performance cycles feed each other. Each tour doc represents its artist's worldview. Swift's is orchestration. She's not just the performer, she's the architect. Some stories unfold. Hers operates. One scene took 7 months to clear. Here's why. There's a segment just 12 seconds long that nearly got cut. It features a rehearsal where Swift dances to a never-released track that samples a 1970s soul riff, one held up by a tangle of publishing rights across 4 estates. 7 months of negotiation for one snippet. The lawyers weren't just clearing music, they were untangling decades-old royalties, sample permissions, and conflicting contracts. The final clearance came just weeks before streaming launch. One music exec joked, "The song isn't out, but the lawsuits almost were." That's the cost of authenticity. Fans who appeared didn't know until release. When the docuseries premiered, several fans spotted themselves in the crowd up close, clearly visible and totally surprised. Disney's legal team reportedly cleared appearances using location-based licensing and existing ticket and sees one clip shows a fan tearfully mouthing lyrics, later identified and interviewed post-release. This opens up a legal gray zone, passive consent versus active participation. Platforms may start embedding AI-driven face blurring to avoid future issues. But for now, if you're at the show, you're potentially in the show. The hidden message in the final credits ***, it flashes for just half a second. A vintage typewriter font spelling 419 between two frame transitions. Fans froze, enhanced, and obsessed. April 19th is a date with no current significance in Swift's discography, or does it? Some believe it's tied to a mysterious journal entry referenced in her 2020 deluxe album rollout. Others think it's the soft launch date for an unreleased project known internally as Project Ruby. It might be nothing, but Swift's team knows better. With her, nothing random ever makes the final cut. One unedited monologue has everyone talking. Halfway through the 4th episode, the camera lingered longer than expected. No music, no montage. Just Swift mid-makeup speaking candidly about burnout. "I thought success would cure loneliness," she says, pausing, looking down. The quote isn't polished. It's not PR safe. It doesn't lead into a big crescendo moment. It just hangs there, vulnerable, uncut, and quiet. Social media lit up within hours of release. Mental health professionals even weighed in. It's the kind of moment that rewrites expectations of what celebrity narrative should sound like. Silence says more than the script. This isn't just a music doc. It's a media blueprint. Most music documentaries tell a story. This one outlines a system. From platform selection to episode structuring, every decision reflects a broader media strategy. Disney Plus wasn't just a streamer, it was the right algorithmic host for a fanbase wired for speculation and rewatch loops. The episodes are clipped into TikTok-friendly beats, intentionally layered with moments that pause well, screenshot better, and trend fastest. This is productized storytelling. One entertainment analyst said, "It's a docuseries built for remix culture." That's not coincidence. It's design. So will it change tour docs forever? Signs point to yes. Studios are already rethinking their next big-name tour projects. Insiders say Olivia Rodrigo's next rollout is now heavily inspired by the era's model serialized releases, cross-platform teasing, embedded codes. Executives at Amazon reportedly contacted Swift's post-team for consultations. Even indie artists are analyzing the data footprint the doc leaves behind: watch times, rewatch loops, keyword spikes. The ripple effect is measurable. What was once a fan treat is now a brand pillar. The music doc has evolved into something else entirely, a format with its own economic shelf life. The Eras Tour docuseries doesn't just document a performance, it reframes the rules of music, media, and celebrity control. It's as much about what's left in as what's left out, and the result is something bigger than behind the scenes. It's a blueprint for emotional strategy, digital dominance, and cultural endurance. Taylor Swift didn't just headline stadiums, she reverse engineered how we experience them afterward. Coming up next, how AI is quietly rewriting the sound of pop and who's getting rich from it.